Hey, it's Martin here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to scale while getting high-ticket clients if you own a local lead gen agency. So let me introduce myself. I'm the owner of AdScope Digital. We build acquisition systems for lead gen agencies. So I'll be talking from my perspective. If you know any other way that you think is valid, please let me know in the comments. But this is basically what has been working for us and other clients. So let's start with setting some bases. What scaling your agency will produce? What is the goal that we are chasing? What do we want apart from working with our dream clients? We want cash, right? We want to increase our prices. We want to have more money, better profit margins. But cash in regards to building leverage for the company, right? We want to grow the company. The more cash we have, the more better clients we have, the better leverage we can use to further grow. It also will build authority. So basically, all of the traffic that we're getting, all of the clients, all of the testimonials that we'll be able to use later on will help us build a solid brand. And also we want personal gains, right? So this is what most of the agency owners think about when they think about scaling. This is also what we love to think about. But let's look at what scaling will actually produce from a technical standpoint of view. What does it mean for your agency? You have more clients to fulfill, so more workload, bigger pressure. You need to deliver better results. If you're talking about getting really high ticket clients and getting yourself to the top of the ladder, charging the most insane prices that you want, you will need to deliver the best results in your industry, right? You will need more processes to accommodate the growth, scaling by people, and also building a team of A players. So not just scaling by people, by hiring people that don't have the skill, but have the time, but you need to scale with skill. Right. So what is the reality of getting affluent clients? Let's say you're an agency that's already doing between $15,000 and $20,000 per month minimum, and you want to get to 50, 80, 100, 120K per month predictably. How do your prospects react to your outreach? So let's look at what is the reality. This is, for example, my profile on Facebook. I'm not saying I have a personal brand of any sort or nothing like this, but it's a list of over 1,500 agency owners because that's only my business profile. On some good posts, I'm also getting some good engagement. And this is the number of DMs that I'm getting every single day. This is what the DMs look like. You can see they're all sort of the same just by the quick look of an eye. They want to sell me something, all of them, I can promise you. And those are also messages from 11 weeks ago, so they're not even read, right? So how to not end up in this situation and have clients that are actually high ticket be interested in what you have to offer. So let's look at this example. I'm not saying I used it first in the agency space. I think I took it from somebody. I'm just not sure who. But let's say you are a runner. What are the shoes that you will be looking for? You have what you will be willing to spend more money on, what will bring better value for you, better transformation. Converse or high-end running shoes? High-end running shoes, of course, right? So now let's look at how to start charging high ticket and how to have clients chase you and work with qualified clients. So first thing is stop selling everything to everyone, right? You need to have a certain level of expertise in a certain niche in order to be able to attract better businesses that you can charge high ticket, because the bigger transformation will be for them and the bigger value they'll see in your service. And also, when there's a lot of people that say that you shouldn't choose a niche, but if you choose a niche, all your clients will at some point have the same problems. If you find something that is working for one client, you can also implement that to the other clients. You have wider testing pool to find winning things. Fulfillment is easier. You can charge higher prices because you do specialized job, right? But most important thing to do is to find a group that you will be able to best help. What I mean by that, if you, for example, worked in real estate before, or if you have your own dental clinics and now you want to build an agency, or you're already building an agency, or you have some corporate background, find something that you already have inside experience on. It will be much easier for you to scale. And number 3 is actually solve a burning problem, not 15% of it. And I'll illustrate that on an example of my colleague that has an agency that helps real estate agents. So he not only runs ads for them, but he also implements the whole high level so they can track all of the sales, all of the pipelines, and he's teaching the agents themselves what to say and how to call up the leads that they're getting, right? So he even goes as far as knowing what the agents have to say in order to produce results. And with that, he solves the whole problem of client acquisition for those real estate agencies, because with his leads, the agents are able to convert them into the meetings and then close deals. What's also very important is don't be afraid of a complex service delivery. Be afraid of non-repeatable service delivery. So if every time you do something different for every client, it will be very, very hard to scale. And now, even if you provide a complex service, but very in detailed, very in depth, where you really produce results and change how they go about certain aspect of their company where you help them, but you do it in the same way for every single client, it will be much also easier in regards to retaining the scale once you scale, if that makes sense. And then you're able to charge based on the transformation that you provide. So increase your prices, attract higher ticket clients, and they will be more than happy to pay you that money. So now let's look at a typical structure of an agency where, let's say, they're at 15, 20K, 30K, wanting to scale past 100,000. They didn't have set acquisition system so far. So they, for example, relied on emails, or they relied on referrals, networking events, and they gathered a lot of clients, but their service delivery and clients are non-scalable. They're not prepared for scaling. What does it mean? For example, you have 4 different clients in 4 different niches. You work with a real estate agency where you run lead ads. You work with an e-commerce store where you sell pet supplies. You work with a local restaurant and 1 gym, right? So for all of those clients, you have 4 different delivery processes, and each of them is complex on its own, right? And you also get 4 sets of different results. Is this structure scalable? In my opinion, no, because for every other client, you need to spend more time, more resources, also people resources. You need to get more know-how to find what is working for them. And it doesn't mean that you will be able to get them better results, because if you only focus on a certain niche, you will have it down to a point, right? If, for example, you get a client that is an e-commerce store, or you get a client that is a local gym, and you have other agency owner that only helped local gyms for the past 3 years, they'll outperform you every time. So basically, you need to measure how you want to price, what will be the workload that you will take, and what is the repetitiveness of this workload. What are the results that you can deliver? And that will dictate the attention and the success of the sale. So let me explain the structure that we run for our clients. We always recommend them to start with picking a niche, and first finding proof of concept with that single niche until they have a repeatable semi-automated system where they are able to get at least 6 times their money in regards to monthly return, right? And then grow with that to, for example, 50, 60K per month in recurring. Then be my guest to niche out. But if you want to accommodate quick scaling, most agency owners sometimes don't think of consequences of that. You want to scale fast, right? Let's say you want to get additional 20, 30K in the next 3 or 4 months, right? That will mean, let's say for you, 8 to 10 clients, right? This is a lot to onboard, produce results for. And that would mean probably if you have an average close rate, let's say 100 meetings, right? Across those 90 days. So it's a lot of work. And now tell me what would be easier in this situation to retain those clients, because that is the most important. Would it be to find a different service delivery solution for every client, each of those 10, or to have one that you implement for everyone? So yep, one client, it can be a complex service. It just has to solve a problem in an in-depth way, right? Not some part of the problem. The beauty is that you have one service that you implement for every client, so it's easily replicable and requires less work from your team. And you're also able to get better experts in certain fields in your agency, because they just worked on that one field for every client. So it's easier to produce results, and it's easier to solve problems because the problems are the same, and winning formulas will also be the same. And that basically makes sure that the clients are growing, they're appreciating the value that you bring, that you're making money, and that this whole process is healthy, and you don't get the yo-yo effect, right? So it gives you predictable, repeatable fulfillment. It helps you deliver better results faster. Clients will be happy to pay more. And from a technical standpoint, you just increased your prices while also increasing client capacity and while making the delivery easier and scaling more efficient, right? Because with that structure of a service, you can really, really go high ticket. And you can even start at a good level of, for example, $3,000 to $4,000 per month in retainer, right, for your agency. And then you build on top of that. Then you maybe build a personal brand in that space. You can charge $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per month. Sky's the limit, but you're at least going in a set direction. What's most important, you made finding what is working and bringing clients for you 10 times more easier by removing unnecessary variables. Hope it makes sense. This is how it, for example, looked for our clients. There's a whole interview with Michael that I will put into the description, but basically they were a local SEO agency making $8,500 in recurring revenue. And in just 37 days after we transformed their offer and starting running the system for them, they generated over $15,500 in cash collected, right? So that was around 20-something thousand in contracted deals. Right now, they're well past 4 months, and they so far generated over $36,000 with us. Give it a watch if you want. Let me know what you think about what I just presented here, and see you in the next video. Take care.